the 2K Sports pregame show. Welcome to the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Game 6 is here. We could have a champion tonight. It is going to be quite the showdown. And the series tonight takes place in Oakland, where it'll be the Warriors going up against the Toronto Raptors. For the Raptors, they came out flat in Game 5 and got run off the floor. After that embarrassing showing, they're dead set on avoiding a repeat tonight. And with all of Curry's talents, one of the great shooters of all time, maybe the greatest. Kenny, where does he stand among all-time great players, period?
Wow, all-time players. Now, that's
all-time great players, period.
Well, he's starting to get in the discussion because of the multiple MVP things and the championships. Because the greatest players in the world, not only have they won awards, but they've won multiple championships. So he's moving into that category right now.
I don't know what Kenny is saying. It's about something you can hear and something you can wear.
What's that?
Rings, baby.
Ooh.
Rings.
You can hear it.
2 rings won't get it. 3, maybe. 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
I just can't add anything to that.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Game 6 of the NBA Finals. The Golden State Warriors are down 2 games to 3 with the opportunity to prove themselves to the league, their fans, and most importantly, themselves. It's a pivotal must-win battle against the Toronto Raptors. This is the NBA playoffs, and it's up next.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And with us tonight, the author of the 700-page book of basketball, a must-read, Bill Simmons.
It's great to be here, and everyone wants to rewrite that book, but I just don't have it in me. So much has changed in basketball over the last 9 years. I got to redo my Hall of Fame pyramid, but I just can't sit down and do it, Kevin. I think it's going to last.
How long did it take you to write that?
It was 3 years of my life when I was younger. Now it would just be coffee all day, trying to stay awake for it.
But a New York Times bestseller for multiple
weeks.
It was
number 1.
Right,
yeah, it was
absolutely.
Great. And it taught me that I knew people love basketball, and I think we've seen this decade as basketball has just blossomed into something much bigger than I think it's ever been. I can tell with the book, people like it.
A contest between conferences, Oracle Arena, Oakland, California, where the Warriors take their home floor. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Toronto right now, Leonard and Ibaka are the forward pairing. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. And it's Valanciunas in at the center. Curry gets the bucket. Kevin Durant, an MVP, multiple championships, but he continues to add new wrinkles to his game and takes pride in that part of his game.
Yeah, last year was the two-way play and the defense in the first 2.5 months of the year. They faded off. That whole team, I think, got tired. I asked some of the Warriors about it last year, just why did they get tired when, it wasn't like 17 was that grueling. They kind of rolled through the league. But I think it's just day-to-day, the bullseye being in the spotlight. Every arena you go to.
Best punch every game.
Yeah, you're out in Charlotte. It's the highlight of Charlotte's season to play you. And I think it does wear those guys down. I think the next step with him would be, can he evolve into a stretch 5? What could he be Al Horford basically and take all the Draymond minutes when Draymond's not playing and just be the other 5?
How many stretch 5s are in the NBA? Can you count them on one hand or think of them?
It's the Al Horford and there's not many. But I mean, a 7-foot guy who's one of the best 8 shooters of all time is your stretch 5.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Can Jokic shoot the 3?
Yeah.
He's got an outside shot, doesn't he?
Unfortunately, Jokic stretches the other team's point total when he's out there. So he's a stretch the other team's total to 120 defender.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
The beauty of Draymond as a facilitator really sees the entire floor.
Now we've seen some top prospects forgo college, enter the G League straight out of high school. What do you think is the future of the G League? And do you like where it sits right now?
I do. I wish they spent more money on salaries.
I agree.
I wish they blew it out. I mean, I think this is the first year we've had 30 G League teams. This should be the #1 place you'd want to go after high school. You should not want to go to college. You should want to go to a AAA
It's set
awesome
up.
league that's set up.
And they're bringing kids up and down off that G League roster all the time.
It's just better, and you're going to have a better chance to succeed as a professional basketball player. You see the situation we're in now with the one and done guys. They go to college. They show up in September. They're playing all the way through till March. Whenever they get knocked out, they drop out of college. And they might last, till round 2 of the tournament, which is what, March 20th? And they're out. So they've been in college for 6.5 months. How's that a good system? They didn't finish 2 semesters. So I would much rather see the G League work, and I don't understand why they don't spend a little more on it and just make it like a force. I don't think the moves are that hard.
Now here's Curry. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Durant feeling it out a bit. And then Cousins with the dunk.
I mean, there's no question about it. When DeMarcus attacks the offensive boards, he gives the team a different attitude.
Leonard against Durant.
Wow! I can't believe that one.
That was incredible.
Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Habit, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Bill, with last year's do-or-die season finale between Minnesota and Denver, final game of the regular season, momentum is gathering for a play-in tournament and for the last 2 playoff spots. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I wrote about this in 2007. I called it the entertaining as hell tournament, where basically the first 7 seeds were guaranteed, and the 16 teams that didn't make it out of the 2 conferences, they just went head-to-head, single elimination. And then you have the final 2 games in New York City, and you blow it out, and you have a fun thing with it. I think that Minnesota-Denver game is important, and maybe the solution is you have the 6 seeds guaranteed in each conference. And then you have 7, 8, 9, 10 in each conference, and you just have playing games. You have 7 versus 10. You have 8 versus 9. You do it over the course of a couple of days. Use the TV revenue from that, because you could get good money from that, to maybe shorten the season, which would be, for me, the #1 thing I would change about the league. I think we should have a 70-game season. You could talk me into 76, but there's too many games. There's too many nights for the players. I just think basketball is really hard to play.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
We were talking about the length of the NBA season and various opinions on shortening it. I suppose, Bill, one argument is that you want regular season games to be more significant, and you want that regular season to mean something.
Mean a little bit more.
Yeah.
Make the pace. I don't know. When you get after the All-Star break, you can really feel these guys slogging through. Especially with the good teams, like a team like Golden State. All they did all year was whine and complain. Oh, well, we knew this was going to be a hard season. It can't be that hard. You have 4 of the best 20 players. Like, settle down. I think you'll be fine. You're winning every game by 30 points.
Yeah.
But I wish they would tighten the season.
Here's Cousins. Tips it up. Siakam pulls it in. Raptors trail by 5. Van Vliet gets the foul. To the inside. Miles. And he uses the glass on the layup. Miles has got his second basket of the night.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Cousins dishes to Iguodala. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
One of the more controversial players in the game. What's amazing through all the scrutiny is the consistency of Cousins' production.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Toronto. He hits the second from the line. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first. Now here's Powell. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Siakam. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, and what a terrible way to start the game. 5 turnovers already.
Warriors leading by 4. Iguodala finds Curry. Now here's Iguodala. He's guarded closely. Back to Curry. Cousins inside. Picks it out to Iguodala. 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. It's not going to go for him. Powell, the pass to Siakam. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
And a deep three from Curry. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Warriors ahead. They lead by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Notching a 50, 40, 90% season is a rare feat indeed. And Steph Curry, one of the few who have done it, talked about that challenge.
The field goal percentage as a whole is the toughest one. You're going to have some open shots, you're going to have some tough shots, but having that level of consistency and accuracy over the course of 82 games is unbelievably hard.
And consistent excellence certainly is the key. Curry brings it night in and night out.
And as tough as it is to hit those marks, he just seems to make it look easy.
And thanks for tuning in as we get back to the action of our broadcast here of Game 6. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio. Take care of the basketball, being disruptive on D. That combination has them out in front.
They've got Bell. Curry is out there with Livingston. Then there's Iguodala. And it's Cousins at the 5. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Warriors leading by 4. Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a 3. He's got the pull-up hissy jumper, as he calls it. He can go to the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number one choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Kevin Durant comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Klay Thompson in for Steph Curry. Now here's Iguodala. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And it's Iguodala with the jam.
Andre is a very dangerous player in pick and roll. His explosiveness, his shooting ability is a crippling combination.
Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top 5?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're going to stop him, but, you know, you put a taller guy on him and Curry is the greatest not in the offense scorer I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just you forget about it for one play and all of a sudden he's in the corner and they're setting him up or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, yeah, you run them off screens and you tire the guys out and you kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get out of my way guys. I'm going to get to the rim.
Absolutely.
Score like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
The chemistry of this Warriors team is so special, Bill. Klay Thompson's unselfishness and the fact that he just lets the game come to him, a big part of it.
Super unselfish, doesn't care about his shots. A beloved teammate by all times. He's the guy that all the other guys mentioned first when they talked about, hey, what word, ... and it's Klay. The answer is Klay to everything. Who's the most fun warrior? Who's the craziest warrior? Tell me a funny story about one of your teammates. It's always Klay. He just has so many thankless jobs for them. A lot of times he's guarding the best player on the other team. He's guarded point guards at some point during every run in the playoffs for them. And just a great guy to have on your team. It's hard to imagine the words without him. I think at some point maybe the salary cap will dictate they can't keep all four of these guys, and Klay is always the logical candidate to you trade him, you turn him into two cheaper younger pieces. But
I hate to see him leave.
Well, and leave Curry, because the thing with him and Curry together, it's been such a unique combo to have two of the best free shooters in the league on the same team. Their stats now together are starting to just crush everything. Like, they've made more threes than any other player in playoff history. They've made, 600, 700 threes a year, and they're just doing things together that we've never seen. I hope they stay together.
Me too. Toronto calls timeout.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward. You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them one or two things that they could have done better.
And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in. Then for the Raptors, Jonas Valanciunas, who's checked in for Siakam. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Wright. Now here's Leonard. He has 6. Back to Valanciunas. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns, and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people you didn't know. Basically, you had sports and pop culture and politics. Those were the 3 ways of I'm getting to know you. What are the 3 things we're going to talk about? I didn't want to talk about politics with anybody, so the other 2 things for me were sports and pop culture. I was also an only child in the 70s with only 5 or 6 TV channels watching Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, Sanford and Son, Jefferson's, Good Times, all that stuff. And, that stuff just soaks into your DNA, and that's it.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
.144 left in the second quarter. And again, no good by Toronto.
A little off his game this quarter. Still trying to find a rhythm, though.
The pass to Bell. Back to Curry. Pulls it up. And the shot falls short this time.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Hey, Bill, thanks for coming by. Fantastic stuff as usual. We really appreciate your time.
Appreciate being on Go Celtics.
You can't root on these.
I'm absolutely rooting. That's my team.
And Smitty, so great to have Bill with us, a guy who's ahead of the curve creatively.
Kevin, he was a pioneer in blogging, Emmy nominated for his work on documentaries. The guy never stops thinking of new ways to produce content.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Bill. And then for Toronto, C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Ibaka. OG Anunoby comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Green. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. Raptors trail by 11. Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. Back to Van Vliet. Three-pointer, Lowry. Warriors with the rebound. Down low, here's Iguodala, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And the Warriors lead by 13. Toronto, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Lowry finds Valanciunas to end the drought.
That little pump fake from Valanciunas can be deadly. The defender had to respect it.
Raptors have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight. Foul, he's checked in for Fred VanVleet. Valanciunas hits them both.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Curry passes to Green. Back to Curry. Fires for 3. That one's in. Only his 4th make against 9 total shots.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
From outside, off the mark.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. And the point differential tells the story. Their two-way play has been outstanding.
You know, it's a matter of effort plus talent. You need both to dominate this way.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Joined here by Steve Kerr. Coach, great offense from you guys in the first half. What got you to leave?
I started calling some great plays for Steph Curry.
That's why you're the coach of the year, Steve. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, we hope you've enjoyed the first half. I'm Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Well, for Golden State, they are literally crushing it here in a must-have Game 6. You have to love their drive and their focus, their willingness to do anything it takes to extend this championship series. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, how about that ball move? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Picturesque Lake Merritt's is seen there as we welcome you back to Oakland. Welcome back to our coverage of the NBA Finals. More action straight ahead. Curry with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And everything magnified in a game of this magnitude. The microscope clearly on their go-to guy, and he came up huge in that first half.
Just an incredible start for him to begin this game. He will need to carry that same aggressive attack into the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Warriors leading by 16. And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Inside pairing is Ibaka and Valanciunas. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. Right through the knee for the layup. Leonard's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Raptors. And so Curry will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Green. Dishes it to Durant. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 5 assists in the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 8. To the right side. Lowry from outside connects from three-point range.
If Lowry gets his feet set under him on a catch and shoot like that, the odds are it'll go in.
Curry kicks to Cousins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
Two shots. Relaxed on the first.
The free throw drops for Cousins. Inside to Marcus Cousins, nails both of them. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Kyle Lowry with great vision and court awareness on that play. What a pass.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Warriors leading by 13. Curry kicks to Thompson. No good with the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Valanciunas. They kick it out to Green. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only 1 miss in 5 attempts.
Lowry against Curry. Pass to Green. Six on the shot clock. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Good as Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 6th assist on the night. And the Raptors call time here.
And look, you never want to see a team cutting this way. Really a good timeout. Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
Some changes for Toronto. Pascal Siakam comes in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's DeLon Wright in for Kyle Lowry. Ibaka, the pass to Siakam. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Kevin Durant. For Toronto, they've shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6. Bell is checked in for Draymond Green. And the free throw, no good. Warriors leading by 11. And Curry has it in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. Toronto's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Leonard dishes to Wright. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Wright's got his first points in this one. The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Curry kicks to Cousins. Over Ibaka. And there's Cousins. That's good on the assist by Curry. Curry's got 3 assists tonight.
You want to stop DeMarcus Cousins from driving, but then he also can hit the mid-range jumper.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 10. Out to the wing. Ibaka. Wide open. He fires. From outside, off the mark. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Thompson misses. Raptors trail by 11. Leonard on the wing. Defended by Durant. On the wing. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And 12 points for Kawhi Leonard.
The defense is right there. So what, Kawhi said with the high release. He drops it over the top.
Taken away. And now here comes Wright, leading the break. The jump hook, and the Raptors tack on 2 more.
And a terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and great transition offense.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And he could tell His guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
He's checked in for Golden State. And then for Toronto, Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Serge Ibaka. And OG Anunoby subbed in for Kawhi Leonard. And Durant gets it to go.
Well, we know he's been confident with the shot. A big reason why they're ahead in this game.
Here's Siakam. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Iguodala outside. Back to Curry. Oh, good on that one. So the Raptors will take it the other way. To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now it's only a 5-point Warrior lead.
That wasn't an easy finish from Valanciunas. The big man didn't have a good look, but got it to drop anyway.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. There's a minute 34 left to play in the third. Right with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Here's Anunoby. He gets that one.
And the penetrating ability of Anunoby. Confident when it comes to attacking the defense.
Curry outside. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds in this game.
You can see the frustration. They hold the lead, but he wants to be able to contribute.
Warriors leading by 3. Now Durant. 12 points for him. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Green against Thompson. Right, looking around. For the tie. Curry with some nice speed. And so it's Durant with it. They'll bring it up for Golden State. At one point, they led by 16.
This is where Curry's excellent. Ball in hand, making decisions.
First trail by 5. Right from outside. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 6 rebounds in the game. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Durant. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Well, as good as Durant is on the perimeter, this is where he hits for an absolutely insane percentage.
Siakam, good.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Curry with it. From deep. It's off. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Warriors lead by 5. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Thompson and Iguodala make up the perimeter. Down low, it's Green and Cousins. And it's Curry in at the point guard. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Iguodala, good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
The trust this team has in Draymond to make the right decision with the pass.
There's Van Vliet. Is it to Valanciunas? Pitch it to Miles. Just 4 to shoot. blazing up off the glass.
He is really shouldering the load on the offensive end and doing an outstanding job. But he needs the rest of his team to step up.
Curry finds Iguodala. Over in the corner, Cousins. On the three off target. Raptors trail by 5. And the pass to Van Vliet. Here's Valanciunas. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Look at the concentration from Valanciunas on that play. Takes the foul and still finishes the play.
And the Raptors with some changes. Serge Ibaka has checked in for C.J. Miles. Leonard comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Green in for Fred Van Vliet. And that one misses.
The 5th overall pick in the draft back in 2011. Valanciunas has added wrinkles to his game every year since.
Now Leonard. After the missed 3 from Klay Thompson. Green against Ibaka. And Lowry has it in the corner. Raptors need to get a shot. Shot's good by Ibaka.
Having to rush that one. Ibaka keeps his head up, sees the clock running down.
Thompson passes to Curry. Thompson against Green. Thompson finds Curry. To the inside. Here's Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Awesome display. Fierce with the level of strength. DeMarcus with the impressive move.
Pass to Leonard. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Great D that time from Iguodala.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision.
Valanciunas grabs the board. Raptors trail by 3. And the wide open shot from Green. It's good. This game is all even.
I love the elevation Danny Green gets on his jumper. Makes him tough to defend from distance.
Curry dishes to Thompson. Curry against Lowry. And here is Curry. From deep. Rebound by the Raptors.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Cousins. It's not going to go for him. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Curry with the steal. He feeds it to Iguodala. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And the shot goes in. Now here's Lowry. Outside Leonard. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Down low. The 10-footer. Thompson misses. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Toronto. So far in the fourth quarter, they belong to 6 points, and it's in there.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're down by 3. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Kevin Durant's checked in for the Warriors. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message Steve Kerr gave to his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. Durant in the corner. Lowry against Curry. He dishes it to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Over Green. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's Toronto. They're on a 14-4 run. Here's Leonard. Goes back up. Back to Valanciunas. Here's Lowry. It's good.
The defense knew Lowry would most likely get the shot. He still came up with the clutch bucket.
Golden State's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. Curry kicks to Thompson. From the arc. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Leonard on the wing, defended by Durant.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
It's the way the game is supposed to be played. Guys competing at the highest level.
Guys, it's come down here to a very important possession.
No room for error.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They trail by 4. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We've got 28 seconds left in the game. And that's an intentional foul. 23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
In a league full of talented point guards, sometimes Lowry's efforts, they get overlooked, but he's a game changer.
It's Durant on the wing. Three-pointer. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. And he commits the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
Oh, from the Republic of Congo, Serge Ibaka, Dikembe Mutombo, and Bismack Biyombo. A lot of big man talent.
Pass to Green. Durant in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark. And they've done it, the new NBA champions.
Well, they did it, and as they celebrate, you can just see the relief, the exhilaration that comes from winning it all.
You have to hand it to the entire organization. They work together to get right here.
And guys, what a reward for the fan base. I mean, I know one thing. They're going to enjoy this memory for a long, long time.
And we have enjoyed our time with you folks all season long. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long. Have a wonderful summer.